The US Department of Government Efficiency, de facto run by Elon Musk, is reportedly building a master database to surveil and track immigrants. The plan? To collect data from different US agencies, the ones that usually don't share information, and combine it at the US Department of Homeland Security. A US Democrat congressman is sounding the alarm. He has requested an investigation, warning that this could pose unprecedented security risks. What's going on exactly? And why should you care, even if you don't live in the US? Well, this move isn't just about US immigration. It's setting a precedent for how governments collect and centralize data on individuals. DOGE is a new US agency. It was set up by US President Donald Trump on day one of his second term. The proclaimed goal? To crack down on fraud and what they see as wasteful government spending. Even though Musk's role isn't entirely clear, he seems to be running the show, for now. DOGE has caused a lot of controversy. Why? Mostly because no one really knows what data their employees have access to or what exactly they're doing with it. So far, DOGE has accessed data from several major US authorities. The Internal Revenue Service, they handle everything tax-related. The Social Security Administration, the Department of Justice, and the Department of Labor. All of these have huge databases with highly sensitive personal information of citizens. Normally, all this data is stored separately on independent, secure servers. That's on purpose, for safety reasons. In most cases, also outside the US, if law enforcement wants to look into, say, your social security info, they have to file a formal request and have a strong reason for it. So why does DOGE want to combine all of this data into one giant system? That kind of central database could allow instant access with fewer checks and less oversight. That's a major shift. Donald Trump made a big promise during his campaign. He'd significantly cut the number of undocumented immigrants in the US. He said it was about protecting national security and bringing more jobs to US citizens. In 2022, an estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants were living in the US. Many of them, regardless of their status, work in essential sectors like agriculture and construction. And here's something not everyone knows. Many of them pay taxes, even without having a valid social security number. This is where DOGE sees an opportunity. By merging data from several US agencies, they could easily identify people working without proper documentation. People who pay taxes and don't have a social security number would be an easy target. DOGE could also check if someone has a pending or denied immigration request by pulling data from the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services into its so-called data lake at the Department of Homeland Security. And it doesn't stop there. If you throw in biometric data or IP addresses, you could track down people anywhere in the US via geolocating. The master database could become a powerful tool, not just to identify, but to find and deport undocumented individuals. Don't get me wrong. There are legitimate reasons to tackle truly illegal immigration. Nevertheless, the idea of a general database comes with a lot of risks for everyone. There is one simple reason why different authorities keep databases separate: security. If one system gets hacked, only that department is affected. If a master database is hacked, everyone is compromised. That would give cybercriminals access to data from across government agencies, and that could be used to harm people or the system itself. But there's more. An error in such a huge system could have severe consequences. Imagine being wrongly flagged. Innocent people could get deported. And even without a master database, this has recently happened to Kilma Abrego Garcia, who ended up in a Salvadoran prison without proof of his alleged crimes. To work at all, this database would need to include information on hundreds of millions of people living in the US. And once that data lake exists, it could be used to go after anyone, really. Not just undocumented immigrants, members of a certain religion, for example, or political opponents, and anyone critical of the government. In the wrong hands, this system could become a tool for surveillance, intimidation, or repression, even if access was strictly limited. Critics argue that once the data is collected, it will be used. To sum it up, a master database might be sold to the public as a way to protect national security, but it could pose a national security risk in itself. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know.